Hi friends, GM Jared here, and we are taking a quick break from our regularly scheduled Wrath of the Righteous campaign to bring you a brand new quick two-shot of Viking Death Squad. It is a D6 system, high energy, high action, very cinematic game. Imagine Samurai Jack meets Mad Max, and that is the feel of this game. Like I said, it's only 2 episodes, so this week's and next week's episode, where that will be the conclusion. So stick around, put your feet up, relax, and enjoy our take on Viking Death Squad. Bah!
All right, we are now live.
Welcome to Nothing Venture, Nothing Aim. I'm your host with the most, your GM Jared. And today I'm joined by the Moldy Bunch, which includes Red Carson.
That's me. I'm Jeff. I'm playing Red Carson tonight. I am your hijacking friend.
Yes. We have Clutch.
Hey, what's up? I'm Zach, and I'm playing Clutch.
And the immortal in the group, Locust.
Yes, let my ruins destroy you.
I'm a fan.
Let us, so we are playing Viking Death Squad, like we explained, and we are playing through the, like the one shot they give you. It's called The Dogs of Leadgrave. And yeah, this game, it's pretty awesome. It's a 3d6 system. So,
well, a D6 system.
Well, yeah, it's a D6 system.
You
Sorry,
use
it's a
many
D6.
D6s.
Yeah, but if you roll 3d6, you then have to recite the number of the beast.
Well, yeah, if you roll 3 6s.
Yeah, you have to
Now,
roll
is that only if you're rolling 3 dice, or can I roll if I have like 5 dice? And
anytime you roll at no more or no less than 3 6s.
Yep.
So if you roll 50 dice and you roll 3 6s, then it happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like a mega crit.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's super crit. Super duper crit.
Yep.
So, I will be taking place as your GM, and let's jump into it. Despite their best efforts, the people of the settlement called Leadgrave are being plagued by an ever-increasing pack of dogs. The dogs of Leadgrave the dogs of Leadgrave are hounding the people, and every day the menace keeps growing. Can our heroes stop this anarchy? It starts as a single star gleaming brighter than the others, then streaking in the sky, screaming across the warlands with a flash and slamming into the broken grounds with a deafening boom. Suddenly, men scattering from the city come running with lanterns as the smoke's clear. An infinitum holding cell has fallen from orbit. It's little more than an iron cage, still glowing red hot in its crater. From within, a group of figures come into view. Incredibly, they are all cased in frost, shivering, pale as ghosts, terribly weak. The leader of the men, the brightest lantern, slides down the crater, approaching the cell, waving his hand and moving the fog and the smoke out the way. He calls out, "Who goes there?"
It's just me. God, can I just get a blanket or something? Oh, God, it's freezing. Whew.
Who is this?
Clutch, I don't know. I don't know. Is anyone else make it with me?
He waves his hand, clearing more of the smoke, and Another two figures stand there. Another human and a very large humanoid. He moves closer to the cell and calls up to the rest of the men, now kind of peering down from the edge of the crater. Get them a blanket! Hurry, quickly, before they get back here. The men all standing there with their lanterns start to move. In a few moments, blankets come thrown down the edge of the crater. Handing them out, the leader reaches out to you, Clutch, and says, the name's Cade. We should probably get out of here. Why don't you follow us back to town?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Red, Locust, come on, let's go.
Excellent. Let's get the hell out of here. It's freezing. I'm freezing. Get rid of them blankets. Quick, fast.
You have to get out of the pits of hell. This definitely is too cold for my blood.
As you kind of look around, you realize most of your gear has been scattered in this crash. And you're more or less naked. You don't have any of your armor or any of your gear.
Can we try to find our stuff?
Yes, as you climb out of the pit, you can now see it scattered around. You can see some of the townsfolk are like picking at it, but none of them are touching.
Cool. Yeah, Clutch is definitely gonna just start like picking up all of his stuff. I'm pretty sure it was just like a trunk that just exploded with his stuff, and then his bike next to it.
Yeah, as I go and collect the stuff, I pick up a bag of runes, and I go, I'm literally counting, making sure they're all there, because.
So can we actually find everything? Is stuff missing, or?
Yes, some of the stuff is missing. So I need everyone to roll a D6 and mark off that many objects from your item. You will always have armor, but you can't. You have to double check to see how many things you have lost.
Oh God.
Okay, I rolled
Dang
a
it,
1.
I rolled a 6.
and Zach wins.
I rolled a 1. What do I get for 1?
You mark one thing off your gear list.
Okay.
So you choose what you're not taking.
6. I have 7. Oh my God, I get 1 item.
You always get your armor, so don't mark off armor, right?
Okay.
So you always have.
Then
armor.
I lose everything else.
Well, for you, Zach, you get to keep armor and one thing.
Well, I think I might need to just keep the tool belt then. Oh man, no! It can't be my bag, my beautiful bag. What did they do to you, my precious? No.
I said, listen, we got to move. We can't be here for too long. We can come back and scavenge later.
Oh, my poor baby.
We can scavenge later. Let's get out of here. Let's get somewhere where it's safe.
Yeah.
Someone's going to come looking for this ship.
Boy, howdy. Yep, there went all my cool stuff that I looked up how it's used. Neat. Spent all that time for nothing.
You'll get more stuff.
Who says that? Who says that, Steve?
I do like that Blaze said, finally someone gets a mount and it explodes.
Someone stands up with so Locust stands up, coming out the frost in that Terminator pose with on the one knee. He just stands up because he's like 8 feet tall. So as you kind of look around, you realize the explosion from the landing kind of ruined a lot of your gear, making it even more difficult. As you're climbing out the pit, grabbing as much stuff as you can, you now in the distance start to hear the robotic howls At that, the people like the townsfolk that came out all kind of like get crazy, and they start to like run as fast and as hard as possible. You could just see they're in a panic.
Time to go.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're just going to follow at this point.
Yep. As you make your way out and you're kind of running, you are beset by 3 dogs. What is a dog, you're asking? Well, the dogs are wolfish cyborgs with free reign to wander and hunt as they wish, driven by relentless core order. Kill anything that moves. Their glowing red eyes are a common sight in the wasteland.
So if I stand still, they won't kill me if I'm not moving.
I think breathing counts. Just general breathing.
General breathing.
I think they can just tell you exist.
Yeah, they're assholes. So this is one of the cooler things about Viking Death Squad. You don't get to see this, but I get to see this. Besides, they are cyborg dog monsters, and their tail has like this, like, their tail isn't like dog tails. They call them dogs because they run on all 4s, but they more or less kind of look like a xenomorph. If you don't know what a xenomorph is, that's the alien from Aliens. But so imagine a robotic alien. That's kind of what it looks like, except it has 4 eyes. So red, glowing red 4 eyes, where the mouth, near the mouth, and the head isn't as long. It's shorter. But they have that like whip-like tail. All very robotic. The cool thing is, monsters in this game are a little different than monsters you see in other tabletop role-playing games. I have something called the tactics roll. I get to roll a d8, and on that, it tells me what the monster does. So it will say, like I could roll a d8, and it might say tail lash, and then it melee all attack. It's a melee attack, and it hits all the foes. So I could just, I don't even have to know what the monsters do. Dogs, and then also in the monster stat box, it says singular minds. Dogs have no sense of self-preservation, fear, mercy, or hesitation, so they fight to the death. And that's all in the stat box, which I really like because it tells me how to play these monsters instantaneously. And now we are going to roll initiative. Initiative is speed, so you roll your speed, and that stands every round. Am I correct, Steve?
Yeah, that stays. You just jot it down somewhere.
You just write down your speed. So we're gonna start with Locust. What are you rolling?
I am rolling my speed, which is 1 dice, which means I am a slow motherfucker. Okay,
he is an immortal.
But I did roll a 6.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so your initiative is 6. My dogs actually rolled 2d6. So all my dogs. So there are 3 dogs. Right? So I rolled 2d6. I'm just going to roll 2d6 for all 3.
All right.
Woo! 4.
Is there any cover?
As you look around, there is kind of like, it's all craggy. And there is debris from the crashed ship you were on. So yes, there is small amounts of cover.
Okay, so does that mean I can add a dice to my speed roll?
Yes. General breathing. Yeah.
Ooh, 4, 5, 6, CeeLo. So I got a 15.
So Red Carson, what was your speed dice? How many?
15. I rolled 2 speed dice, and I added 1 dice because I'm going to fight from cover.
Nice.
Because I have no melee ability at all.
Nice.
I am a shooter.
And last but not least, we have Clutch. Clutch, what are you doing?
My speed, because I do not have a jet bike, so I can't really do the cool, fun stuff with that anymore. I just get to use my normal speed, which is actually 5 dice. So I rolled a 20.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Luckily. Oh wait, actually,
I was thrilled with my 15. I'm like, I'm gonna be going first.
Yeah. The jet bike didn't actually add anything to my speed. It's just an item. So yeah, that's just inherent quickness.
Yeah. So
Gotta
obviously,
act quick.
yeah, there you go. All right. So, Clutch, as the dogs kind of start to run on all fours, just hounding you, running into the group, a few of them tear into some of the townsfolk, ripping them to shreds. It's your go. What do you want to do?
That's a good question. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'll see you at the town, and I'm just gonna take off because I have we're in the crag where we're still in the crag where all the shit was, right?
Yeah, you're kind of like you were moving out, and then you're like heading back to the town. Obviously, the town's close by. It's not like miles and miles away, but it's. I want to say
essentially didn't leave the area yet.
No, I'm gonna roll. Ready? All right. So 6. So it would take you 6 rounds, to kind of haul ass to the town.
Then you know what? I'm going to instead of hauling ass to the town, since we're still right there in the crag, my stuff may have been broken, but there's got to be something in this junk pile that's still useful. So I'm actually going to search for gear. Oh,
yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So let me just bring up my list of gear and not move my dog.
If I so I have the find gear skill, which I have 4 dice in, which if I roll a 6 on each 6 I roll is a gear item.
All right. So it tells me the tests in this area are 2D. So in Viking Death Squad, you don't actually set a target number like other games. Like I don't say 15 or 12. I actually roll. You can see my dice. I roll 2d6, and then that's the target number Zach has to beat. So it could be a 2, or it could be a 12.
Yeah.
So the correct answer for that is going to be a 5. So your test is a 5.
Cool. I was gonna say, like, if it's also like something that's like, say it's like a blaster or something that's attached to like some bigger thing and it's like stuck, I have tools on my tool belt to kind of just like wrench it off of it in some capacity.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Just a reminder on how skills work. They generally don't have any difficulty set by the DM. So if he was trying to like jump a chasm and you needed to figure out how difficult it was, you would use that method. But his skill tells him if he finds something based on this specific skill. Remember?
Got it. Yeah. I apologize for that.
That's okay.
Right, so
it's all new to us.
So you spend a few moments running and rifling through everything. You actually find an old bot.
Cool, because I got 1 6.
Yeah. So you found an old bot. And you kind of wrench off, grafted to the bot's arm. It would have been one of its blasters, right? So sorry, blah 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 blah. Sorry, grafted to its arm would have been a blaster, right? And this is the flash gun.
Flash gun, cool. All right.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Flash gun ranged 1 + 1d surprise or reveal all incoming foes on hit. Yeah.
So want me to do that?
Yeah, it's a flash gun. It flashes people.
So Zach Frankenstein's Mega Man.
Yeah. Basically, Frankenstein's Mega Man.
Yeah. Weapon, flash gun. Cool.
Yeah, and I really like this because he broke the book is like basic gear, kind of like shit you would find.
Yeah.
And then he broke it down into like advanced gear, and then hell
armor
gear
and spells.
Yeah, but no, there's also hell gear. So if you were fighting demons, you would have found possible demon gear, but you're not. So sadly, it's just a flash gun. Yeah, so that's your turn. That's your one thing. So you would have
and you can move.
Yeah,
yep.
And what range are we actually? Because the range is actually in this game is a little different than most There's no grid.
There is no grid. So, the original concept. So this is kind of based off of a different game. So you there's 3 increments of range. There's like melee, right? And then there's like medium range, and then
there's the hands free, the hands reach. What was the 3 ranges? I gotta find it in the book.
Yeah,
within bow shot, and then what was the other one?
Yeah, so basically is out of range, within shooting range, and then melee.
Yeah, you guys are within shooting range to kill salt, pepper, ketchup.
Right.
Salt, pepper, paprika. Sorry.
So it's burger time, basically.
Yeah.
It's burger time.
And at the end of every turn or during your turn, you're allowed to, 1 movement towards or away, depending on where you want to be.
Yeah.
Or if you don't do anything on your turn, you can move twice.
Yeah, I think I ran back into the pit, and then I did my thing. So, cool. I'm done.
Thank you, Exis,
Essex
Ludlow for the gifted sub. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
Frankenstein's Mega Man. All right, so that is Clutch's turn. Red Carson, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to use my movement to move from like cover to cover.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to aim and shoot one of the dogs with the iron blaster.
All right, salt, pepper, or paprika.
Let's kill salt because it's killing me.
There you go.
I'm going to assault salt.
Ha
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so I use my aim dice. I have 4 dice to aim.
Cool.
Ooh, 5, 5, 5, 2. So that is 17.
17, yeah.
All right. So, its gear is flimsy, 1 hit only. So I'm pretty sure you hit it. Am I
Oh, it's still
doing
alive.
that? What?
Right? It says, does it have gear at all?
Flimsy armor, 1 hit only.
Yeah, so its armor's broken.
Yeah.
Still up, but its armor's broken.
Okay. And
Do you have any gun skills that you
I
might?
certainly do.
Ooh.
Okay. After any hit made with a gun, roll the gunslinger skill. Instantly score as many additional hits as 4s, 5s, or 6s rolled. I have 5 dice in the gunslinger.
Yeah. So, how do you kill? What was it?
Oh, well, I still have to roll. If I can roll 5 1s, I get nothing.
No, that's true.
Yeah. 6, 6, 6. The number of the beast.
Wow.
Sacrifice is going on tonight. All right, I got 4 additional hits out of the 5 dice.
Damn.
I got 6, 6, 6, 5, 3.
So you got trip 6s?
I got trip 6s, a 5, and a 3. The 3 doesn't count.
All right.
So
Zach,
I can also multiple target. So I'm going
Zach,
to use... Oh, go ahead. You need something to do?
So Zach is going to sing the number of the beast for you.
Nice.
He's going to do it. Do it, Zach.
So the mechanic of the game, if you roll 3 6s,
Well,
like,
I'm not going to
it's
sing
like
the whole thing, so but
it's like a
Jeff
mega
already
crit.
got it.
Do it.
You just did no.
We only get
the
10
whole
seconds,
damn
right?
song. It's a
We
long
only get 10
song.
seconds, so I had to keep
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's just
I just did the one part.
6, 6. The number of the beast. Hell and fire respond to be released.
There you go. 10
All
seconds.
right.
Zach is our
So-
number of the beast
Nice.
person.
right.
Also,
So I will
this is
score. I get 4 hits to score. I will
Yeah.
score one of them on the one that I hit,
on Pepper.
which makes sense.
Pepper's down.
No, that was salt.
Oh, Salt. Sorry. Salt's
Salt
gone.
is down, so I use 1 hit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now this Peppa's here.
I can use 2 hits on Pepper,
That'll take Pepper out.
and I will use 1 hit on Paprika.
All right. So Paprika's armor is MIA.
And my turn is over. I move to get
Yep.
further towards the town in behind cover, and I used my gunslinger skill to basically
Wreck
grab
shop.
Damn.
Yeah. So, also, this is also very important. Every time you score a critical hit, mark 1 bubble on the blood rune slot on your character sheet. 3 such marks earn you the rune of your choice, a permanent upgrade for your hero. Earn a maximum of 4 runes. So, they all change depending, right? So you could get one.
You could be random. I think sometimes like the game says you could do random. You could pick.
Yeah, you could pick. Immortals get them, so you get a rune. So because you did the trips, so you get.
Oh, that gets you a rune?
No,
It's
you get
basically
a
a crit.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, is
Every
it?
time-
Okay.
Every
So,
time
yeah.
you crit, you get one. You need to make 3.
All right, so I
To
fill
get
in
a
one of these little dots on the
Yeah.
blood runes.
Yeah.
And when I get 3 dots,
You get a rune.
I get an upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. A free upgrade. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Also, something to note that I really like about this system. Anytime you use a skill successfully, you fill in one of the little pips, and once you hit 5 successes, not crits, but successes, you increase that skill by one dice.
And you did that.
All right,
You
so I fill
each
in
did
one of
that,
the,
actually.
So I fill in a blood rune circle, and I fill in a circle by the gunslinger skill.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
All right,
And my turn is done.
All right. This was apparently a fairly easy encounter. I was like, all right, these dogs.
I will say that we are new at this, so the rules are a little. The way normal initiative works is whoever rolls highest goes first, and then it's say the play. Obviously, we rolled the highest, so one of us rolled the highest.
Yeah.
It goes us bad guys, us bad guys, us bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in essence, we wouldn't have all gone first and wrecked the whole encounter.
We will do that for the next few encounters.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So it goes Locust then.
They rolled. Hold on. They rolled higher than 6. They did not roll higher than a 6.
I rolled 2 d6s and I rolled a 2 and a 2, so I rolled a 4.
Damn. Oh, okay. Well, since we're at shooting range, so Locust doesn't soil himself with firearms. He uses weird magic and he bashes people in the head with his shield. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move closer to these things and I'm gonna roll my power, which is normally 2, but with my Gorgo Shell shield, I get +1 power.
Nice.
And let's see. 11. 4, 4, and 3.
All right, so that hits.
And it has no armor left, so I just walk up and cold cock this right in the head. Boom!
Damn.
And this dog goes dead.
Yeah,
Nice.
as you kind of slam your shield into its head, you see the wires, come out, and then there's that popping electrical sound, and then the creature kind of falls over down, and dead. With that, you could see the people kind of start to surround you and are in awe of your strength and might.
You see Clutch just like come clambering up the side of the crag, like, all right guys, where are they? Where? God damn it!
Cade kind of moves forward, looking at Locust and Red Carson and Clutch, and is like, y'all might be exactly what we need here. Please follow us. Stay as low as possible. And then he kind of looks over at Locust and says, I guess move as quiet as possible, as you are like a 7-foot tall hulking.
Yeah, I'm a brolic
humanoid.
motherfucker.
Yeah. The group again now starts making their way back to Leadgrave. The town of Leadgrave is a series of sad sights. It's made its way centuries ago with a large-scale lead work factory. An orbit bomb clearly hit the refinery and destroyed it, scarring the land with deep fissures and chasms that still smolder. The town, as you kind of like come closer, you now see is just a series of small iron structures hidden within the cracks from that like destroyed refinery. As you're proceeding to the town, everything leading up to the town, like the outside of this town, maybe for a football field surrounding, kind of like circling the town, is almost an endless cemetery of leaning headstones, cloaked in gloomy smoke and gases rising from the scars. And basically Cade kind of just asks you to follow him back into the town. As you do, you pass by and you see people huddled, just kind of moving between these little shacks and shanties. It reeks of sulfur and like lead. It just does that constant gas everywhere. As you go through, the people are dirty, coughing. There doesn't seem to be any clean air in here. As you make your way in, Cade takes you to, you're assuming, would kind of be the head house, or the largest of the houses. As you enter, again, it's all made out of sheet metal and recovered salvaged parts. The door opens with a massive creak and crunch, and you can see it's rusted over. As you enter, you step around, and every footstep now echoes as your boots hit the metal floor. You look around, and this is either like it's part home, but it's also part like town hall. So you can see there are like cots set up along the side of the walls, and there's a desk, and then in the very front are like a number of benches made out of rusted metal, and then kind of like a podium where the people would stand to like have conversations. As you enter, flanked by 3 other people, Cade kind of beckons you over to their desk, and pulling out a bottle of some kind of liquid, he takes a swig and then hands it over to the group, offering you to take a drink.
Yep. Clutch will definitely partake in whatever this is. L'chaim.
I take a sip and I thank him for his hospitality.
As you take a deep sip, it's more or less moonshine.
Nah.
He laughs as you like cough a little bit, as this would be like your first time having this. Actually, it'd be your first time having a drink since getting out of the holding cell. He kind of laughs a little bit and he says, well, it's kind of good for only 2 things. Cleaning gears and getting you piss drunk.
I hear that.
I've had worse.
He looks at you and says, well, I'm gonna have to guess, if you were in a war pig prison ship, you must all have been working for the resistance. And then he kind of like looks over at Locust, knowing that more or less humans who only work with immortals are with resistances.
Oh yeah, Locust here's a big pushover. Don't worry about him.
What is this resistance you speak of?
And then he kind of like looks at you, Red Carson, and like nods a little bit. He's like, oh, I see. I'm sorry. We don't get many folks out this way over.
That is a word best not uttered.
Yes, I apologize. I do apologize. Well, let me just cut right to it then. Seeing how you all have handled yourselves very capably, I would ask you folks if you could help us out with a small problem. You see those dogs that you dispatched so easily? Well, they've been terrorizing the town for quite a while. Many of the folk have died trying to seek help in nearby settlements. Most of them don't even make it out past the graveyards. Now, I and the town would be indebted to you all if you could help us out with this situation.
I mean, I guess I got nothing better to do.
And he kind of like,
I need to get as far away from here as possible. So, yeah, Red, Locust, are we doing this?
Anything to stop the war pigs.
There we go.
well, that's That's good to know. I appreciate that. Now, obviously, I can't send you out there. We have a few items left over from the number of wars that we would be more than happy to give you folk.
Let me have a look at them. See what needs to be fixed.
Well, of course. Not all of it's good. Some of it's, we had to make do with what we had. Now, with that being said, I could take you all over to my best friend, Burr. She's kind of a sourpuss, but don't let her rain on your parade. I know you guys. I saw what you could do. I am surprised all y'all took out those dogs so easily. So I'm surprised. I would not be surprised if you could handle this, no problem at all. So if you follow me, we could head over to Burr's salvage yard, and we could talk to them. They are the ones who have the extra supplies that you could restock with.
Sounds good to me.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Agreeing to this, Cade takes another swig from the jar, coughs a little bit, kind of wanders out into the street. At this point, it's getting a little darker. There is much more smog just kind of emanating out of these cracks and crevices.
I think I've actually fashioned the blanket that they originally gave me into like this weird, like, like in what are those the Thunderdome or whatever, like they got just like shit just wrapped around them.
Yeah.
Like I've just got like this desert cloak going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like holding it up above my nose to keep from the smog getting on my getting in the way.
Sure, not a problem. As you kind of wander out into the gloom, you start to make your way forward, following Cade closely. Cade takes you all the way to the very back of the town, through all the different shanties. You could see people out. There aren't any real kids at this point. There are no kids. You don't see any children. You make your way to the salvage yard. As you do, you can actually hear cursing coming from deep, kind of like within. And Cade calls out and says, "Burr, what's going on back there?" And coming to the gate, a short, blonde-haired woman, a terrible scar going across her face. One of her eyes brown. The other one is clearly robotic. And you could see it's more or less homemade. And then it sparks and pings and whizzes as she tries to get closer in and look at everyone. She kind of comes to the gate and looks at the group and says, "Cade, what have you brought over?" "Oh, these folk." And then she looks and then she sees Locust. And she kind of smiles and she goes, "I haven't seen one of y'all in quite some time."
Well, Lucas is specifically just staring at that one robotic eye and just completely confused.
Please,
Like,
come in.
How the two, what, one eye? He's lost it.
Which eye do I look at?
Which one do I stare at?
Yeah.
She kind of drags you all in past her gates.
Cool.
As you come in, you actually see it's a mess in here. There's just tons of junk everywhere. She takes you to like a small shanty. Locust, you have to crouch down. Like you're kind of like kneeling or like doing like a slumped walk. As you walk in, she looks around and she says, "Cade, why have you brought them over here?" And Cade looks and says, "Listen, I think they could help us with our dog's problem." And she kind of like shakes her head and she's like, I don't know. I have my doubts about this whole thing. So what do you want me to do?" Cade, it's like, well, can you bring them to the lair? She's like, the lair? They're gonna get eaten up out there. And he's like, I know, but they can handle. I saw them take out 3 dogs, no problem. They didn't even break a sweat. And he kind of points at Red Carson. He's like, this one did it. Shot up a bunch of them.
Sometimes I'm a lucky shot.
Damn near killed them all before I could do anything, so.
She kind of looks at you, Clutch, and you sees that you're holding like basically the severed arm of a bot as like almost like a gun.
Yeah,
like,
I've found like the one spot where if you just shove your hand in,
you can like
you can
fire
hit
it. Yeah. Yeah, like you've jammed your arm up into like these wires and metal, and
technically it's stuck.
Yeah,
but...
it's more or less stuck. And she's like, she looks at Clutch and she's like, that is hideous workmanship. Also, did you turn the tracker off?
The what?
It's like, you son of a... And then she picks up a hammer and she just starts smashing your arm.
Oh, wait, hold on. Rip it off. It's just the arm of the damn bot.
And then she's like, don't you know they all have trackers on them somewhere?
I didn't have time. It was life or death.
I didn't have time. You have enough time to bring them motherfuckers down here. Y'all outside your mind if you think I'm gonna let these motherfuckers down here. Nah. And she looks at Cade. She's like, I don't know who brought these people. Look, this one's bringing bots over here. They're gonna come down. They're gonna drop ships. You remember those ships, Cade? And Cade's like, listen, Burr, that happened years ago in the wars. You don't have to worry. They don't come out here no more. Oh, they don't come out here no more. What are these 3 doing? And then Cade looks at her and he kind of like looks at you guys and he was like, listen, they were in prison ship that went down just over the ridge. They came out, they had some stuff, and they took care of some of the dogs. Oh, they had some stuff. What kind of stuff? Look at this big fool. And she's pointing over at Locust. He's looking at me like I don't know what I'm doing. I can see you.
Still confused with the eye. It's like, could that see out of that? I don't know.
Oh my God, these immortals, man, they don't know damn near nothing. Yes, I could see out this eye, and she's just pointing to her eye. And she's actually pointing to the good eye, not the bad eye. She's like, look.
At that point, I just like lean on my shield and you go thunk. It's like all I know is I can kill dogs, and that's why I'm here.
Oh, good. We have someone who can handle a kennel. I'm so glad. Whoop-de-freaking do. Look, all right, fine. Y'all want to go over to the lair? Sure, I'll drive you over there. That's what I do. I can drive hover trucks. I'm good with driving. I'm the best driver there is. I'm not going to fight no motherfucking dogs. They tear people up. I've seen what they could do. I think our best bet is to load up these trucks, get out of here. But this one, and she points and kind of pokes Cade. This one thinks he could save the town. He's gonna be the savior. Did you ask him how he got to be mayor? Did you? No. I'm sure. No. Look at you. No,
I did not know he was mayor.
Yeah,
I didn't know there was a mayor here. He just seemed like a guy in charge.
Guy in charge usually means there's some kind of charge. Yeah, the last guy in charge got eaten by those dogs. And by eaten, I mean torn to shreds.
Yeah,
and then, yeah, no, doesn't surprise you. Nope, nah, all y'all think you could fight the war pigs. The best thing we could do is to hide low and stay out of their way.
If you want to run and flee and hide, if you consider that a life. But if not, you're going to get out of my way.
Okay, fine. Like I said, I'll drive the truck. I'm not worried about driving truck. I'm not fighting. Don't expect me to fight. Y'all are outside your mind. Anyone who fucks with these things, and she points at like a head on the table, and it's clearly a dog's head that she was tinkering with. She was like, any of y'all who fuck with these things, clearly outside your mind. That's fine. This one, and then she points to Clutch, was using a robot arm and jammed up his arm in there. Didn't even know about the trackers. Don't worry about that. I took care of that. I'll get you a gun. What do you want, son? What kind of gun do you want?
I mean, just a regular old blaster is fine.
All right, she pulls a blaster out from her overall. She hands it to you. There, done. You got a blaster.
Okay.
Do you want something bigger? You got anything else? You need anything else? Nope, you good?
That's fine. Do you want me to just drive us over there? I can just do that.
No one touches my car, I will kill you.
Understood, ma'am. Understood. You don't have to tell me twice. I was just. You seemed very concerned about everything, so it was just one less thing on your shoulders.
Of course, I'm concerned. You guys are gonna go in that lair, and you're gonna cause a little havoc, and you're gonna roll up the dogs. Most of the time, we only see 3-4 dogs running around out there. You're gonna rile them up. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna murder all y'all except this one. She points to Locust. This one's gonna come wandering out there all messed up some kind of ways, looking for help. And then he's just gonna wander off into the desert, be some kind of Lone Ranger, desperado motherfucker just wandering the desert because they don't die. They don't worry about dying. But you two, I'm looking at both of y'all. Y'all gonna die badly. And then you're gonna roll up the dogs, and the dogs gonna come out here and bust my chops, and I'm gonna have to be up all night shooting dogs, trying to put these motherfuckers down.
Listen, I'd rather die down here than up there where I was. So let's move on from this.
Okay. I lean over to Clutch and say, like, look, I've seen you drive some pretty crazy things. Don't you humans need both your eyes to see distances? I'm saying this quiet. I'm a huge lumbering thing. There's no quiet about me, so I'm clearly pointing the fact that she has one eye, and I'm concerned.
Listen, dude, I wouldn't not trust her with the way that she's going. I think that braggart is all backed up.
Like, all right, okay, no worries. I'll drive y'all out there. Got you a little pistol, little pew pew. This one over there, and she points to Red Carson. Apparently, is a dead eye. Just fire off bullets and take motherfuckers out. Sure, not a problem. And then we got this big thing over here, just lumbering around, being a tree.
Yeah.
I
mean, a bit more useful than just a tree. Most of those are dead. But
yeah, most of the trees are dead. But you know what he's good for? Giving shade.
Yeah.
Very true.
Damn, you guys!
I am a trickster at heart.
Now, come on, pile up in. Are you sure? And then she kind of leans. She pulls out like what do you call them? Like an old like Foot Locker, right? Like a Foot Locker. She pulls a Foot Locker out from underneath one of her, like her cot. She rifled through, and she pulls out 3 thermite grenades, and then she hands them over to Red Carson and Clutch. So there's 3 of them. You guys figure out who has what. You don't really have to worry about the number. If you're saying I'm throwing a thermite grenade, you're throwing it. Remember, there's only 3, so don't worry about who has what on them. Just say it, and then when all 3 have been thrown, or you guys suicide out because you're getting mauled by a dog, just say you're using 1.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Yeah, sure.
So you don't have a circuit jacket around here, do you?
She kind of like rips through some stuff, and she's like, "Here, I think this might do you. I haven't used it in a while, but you might be able to do something with it."
Nice.
Or do you also happen to have a spare blowtorch?
Spare blowtorch? She's like, "Give me a second," and she kind of like goes out back into the scrapyard, kind of rips apart some stuff, and she gives you basically what looks more or less like a nozzle jammed into a thermite grenade, and then like another nozzle in the front of it that can regulate how much is being like fired out of it. She's like, "Here you go."
Yeah, I can make that work. I'm gonna say this is a one-use one instead, just because of how it's.
Yeah, it's pretty janky as it's janky as fuck at this point.
And I'm just going to see if they have a thumper that I can replace the thumper I lost.
Thumper.
It's one of the gear items I started with that I no longer have.
Sure, yeah.
Excellent.
That'll be useful.
All I'm gonna do is like, as everyone's like picking through and searching through stuff, I'm just gonna like, I literally see over on the side, it looks like it's just like a long metal pole. I'm gonna go, and I'll take that as a spear, just like rip it off the wall.
Nice.
She looks at you, she goes, "That's the plumbing. What are you doing?"
I just like crush the end of it to make it pointy. It's like, there we go, spear.
Nice.
Oh my god. Everyone get in the truck. Get in the fucking truck. And then she looks at Cade. She's like, I don't want to talk to you for like at least a week.
No action for Cade for a week.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cade. What was
Everyone
that?
in the truck. Get in the fucking truck. Get in the truck. Everyone in the truck. Someone get on top of that truck right there. Take the gun turret. Which one are you? This one, that. And she points to red. You're the Deadeye. Get on that gun turret.
I'll take the turret.
I will take the navigator seat, I guess. Co-pilot.
As I get in the
Shotgun?
back, I'm assuming this is like a pickup truck or some sort of like modified pickup truck. Like
Yeah,
the entire back
it's
end goes.
It's basically a warthog from Halo.
That's amazing.
The bumper starts to drag as I get in.
Yeah, the back kind of tips back and red as you're in like kind of like the gunner turret thing on top. You're kind of like you lean back as like fucking Locust steps into the trunk of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's basically like an El Camino with a gun turret on top.
Nice. There you go.
Hell yeah, this is straight out of God, what is that fucking Tom Hardy? What the fuck? Fury Road. There we go.
Yeah,
Straight out of Fury Road.
basically this is, imagine like the best way to kind of describe this universe is it's an apocalyptic wasteland with tech. The Earth has been it's no longer called Earth, it's Earth. URTH.
Yeah, Earth.
I was like, wow, wow, real big delineation there.
Basically
It's not called
heavy
Earth.
metal
It's called
It's like
version.
Earth 10,000, basically.
Yeah, it's Earth 10,000.
It's the heavy metal version of Thunder the Barbarian.
Yeah, it's heavy metal
Basically.
Thundar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there technically is magic.
And the moon did break apart. And
The moon did break
Thunder the
apart. Yeah.
Barbarian.
In
But I
the
think that was
year
supposed to be, like,
1999,
I think it was like 1996 or something like
Yeah,
that.
some shit like that,
I'm
yeah.
I'm like, hey, that didn't happen.
I mean 2012. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, so basically for if you're listening, that's the best way. It's Thunder the Barbarian and Mad Max mixed with like
In the 40K universe.
in the 40K universe, the Warhammer 40K universe, and that's the best way to describe this.
There you go.
It's bonkers. That's all it is. It's just bonkers. It's like I know.
Yeah. If you could play the game seriously, obviously you don't want your characters to die, but you shouldn't take yourself seriously. That's like the caveat here is like have fun with the game, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, just get crazy.
Yeah, blow some steam off, throw a thermite grenade, make a blowtorch out of a thermite grenade.
I just think it's funny that my character, being the only immortal, is the trickster. That's literally my role is trickster.
Right.
So I'm always the one supposed to be making jokes as I rip things, as I step on people, basically.
Yeah.
Do it.
Way to use the poop pipe, Steve.
Nice.
Hey, I wanted the melee weapon.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
ask, I just do.
Listen, it's automatic disease with every stab.
I would like to say the best part about this is like when you see the characters and stuff, and it's like Burr. It says, Burr. Her job is to drive the hover truck.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh God, I'm scared of this woman. I'm scared of this woman.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's her job.
All right.
Gotta love the deep lore.
Deep lore.
Yep.
Actually, there is like an entire like
No, I'm just messing
20
with you.
pages, of lore, and I love it. Actually, I really like playing this game so far.
I like it too. I'm real mad about my mount.
I swear you had a bike like, look at this cool. Oh no, it's on fire.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah,
it's on fire.
I can't wait to get back on my ride. My ride!
My ride.
This is getting eaten by something.
Yeah. fuck. It's in pieces. My precious, no!
Oh man. All right, what's the
Okay.
next thing?
Anyway, she's driving us over to the compound or whatever.
The wreck, yeah. So as she drives you over, she's kind of like pointing out different things, explaining to you like to be wary. There is still molten lead in some of these cracks, and if like some of them have sealed. So she says, like, you know, basically if you're throwing the thermite grenade, you want to stand back away from the wall, because you never know where you might hit a crack and have some of that molten lead just kind of explode out and start to melt out. So you don't want to, you know, be near any of those hot beds. As you go, you kind of bounce around. You know, the hover ride isn't that terrible.
Do I see anything from the turret?
As you look around,
I guess I don't have to make a perception check. I'm just automatically perceiving.
yeah, you're just automatically perceiving. You look around. Basically, the wreck is a large open area of rocky ground centered around a heap of wreckage. That's, you can like kind of see down from like where the road is. Like if you look at it, it's more like a quarry than anything else. You can see glints of metal and like these large protruding they were probably like lead geysers that have like solid, like sealed over, but there's still molten lead like churning inside.
Gotcha.
And they're bright red. So it's very obvious which ones you don't want. You know, it's like in a video game, the barrels that are red, you don't shoot the red barrels. That's
Gotcha.
kind of what this
Or
situation
you do
is.
shoot the
Or
red
you
barrels.
do the red
Yeah,
barrels.
depending on who's standing
Now we
here.
will be shooting the red barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have frontliners apart from Steve, technically.
As you go bouncing around, Burr kind of is like just chatting you up, Clutch, as your shotgun. She's basically explaining how a crew of gunmen from Leadgrave came out here pursuing the dogs, hoping to find their lair, or to explain that how they keep having these larger numbers. Like they've been taking out dogs for months at this point, and they just keep coming and coming in larger numbers. However, their hover truck and they were torn to pieces with the mayor at that time, you know, explaining how Cade is now the mayor. And then she's like, you know, the bodies keep piling up and Cade is losing his grip. Something's, you know, gotta give. And then at that point, she slams on the brake and everyone kind of like lunges forward. And
Burr, what the hell?
there's like a broken down kind of gate. And you could see the road kind of spirals down into the wreckage at this point. And on the gate, there's a number of human remains, skeletal remains that were dipped in lead and are hanging on the gate. And there's a human skull and a hand jammed into the mouth. And she's like, well, that's the way in. And this you know, she's like, this is as far as I go. I don't mess with dogs, and that's why I'm still alive. But hopefully y'all figure out what's going on down there and can figure out what's happening.
Honestly, I think you guys should start packing up the town. We will take a look. You know, we'll do our best, right, guys?
I'll be sure to tell Cade that you told me that we should pack up the town.
Yeah, I mean, this problem isn't going away. And even if we're three guys, one guy that can't die very easily, and then two guys that will die if someone flicks us so much as. So the possibility of us completing this, very minute. I believe in us. I believe in us wholeheartedly. I think we can actually get in, get out, and be fine. But on the off chance, y'all need to be gone.
Off chance. You mean the right chance? We're probably going to be gone. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure we're not here. But
so when we start getting off the truck at this point?
yeah, you guys are kind of disembarking at this point.
All right, so her truck permanently leans slightly to the left now.
Just because of how heavy you were.
It just hovers to the left a bit.
It's now like a lowrider, just on the left side.
It's slightly like grinds a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just.
I just go over and kind of just like kick the spot where he was sitting to see if it'll jack up the.
It's like a
makes it worse.
Entrance.
Like the trunk kind of bowls out in the area he was because he was bending the metal.
Oh, jeez. I just walk back up to the front and just slap the hood, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Good luck.
Sorry, what? And then you guys kind of like
just leave.
Head
we just
towards
dip.
the gate at that point. As you make your way to the gate, you kind of unhinge the skull from the hand. It would like the skull was closed on the hand, and that's what kind of kept the gate locked. Clearly it doesn't stop the dogs from getting in or out. It was more or less kind of like stop people from going in at this point. Unhinging the gate, you kind of start to make your way down deeper and deeper into the wreck. And like I said, Jeff, you saw what kind of like the wreck looked like at this point. Again, it's all a mess. You make your way down to the center of the wreck looking for clues, trying to figure out where these dogs are kind of spawning or coming from, or you know, what's going on here.
Somebody producing these dogs?
Yeah, or something like that.
Do we hear any machinery of any kind?
So I'm gonna.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. So at this point, this is when you would make your die check, Jared, of how difficult you think it is, and then he would make some sort of like probably wits check to see if he hears something.
Yeah. Woo! All right. So test here average 3D. So like I said before, in this area they average about 3D. So I'm just gonna roll 3d6. See what my number is.
What are you doing this for?
So
I'm sort of making a perception check, which is using my wits, and he has to determine how difficult it is for me to
kind of perceive
what I'm trying to perceive.
Yeah. And anything that doesn't really fall within a skill check, and you're trying to do something that's a challenge, he sets a DC by rolling a set number of dice, which the adventure may tell him, or he may just makes it up, just depending on how difficult you're trying to do
to make it.
And then we now know the DC, and he has to make a check. And this is when you could decide to spend resolve dice to increase your check if you have resolve dice available.
Yeah. And one of the other things I do suggest, obviously, we're just being careful with there was a lot of traffic on the road, so we all decided to play from home today. So we're coming to you via the magnanimous bounty that is Discord, and but in the rules for Viking Death Squad, they do say there is no GM screen. Roll out in the open and let your players know the number, because there shouldn't be. The creator doesn't believe in the hiding the dice roll.
Things where it's either going to work or it's not, and information accordingly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll and tell you guys the number because I have to.
Sure.
Right? So I roll a 5, a 3, and a 2. So that is your check.
10.
That's 10.
DC of 10.
Right,
so I believe that would be wits to
that's
determine
wits, like a perception, stuff like that. Discern information, scout the distance, find clues, locate secrets.
Yeah.
All right. It's the most versatile of all the stats, really. Yeah. They say. All right. Well, I only get 2 dice, so I'm going to hope I roll Yo 11, or if I match, I also
you win. Yeah, match.
All right, I match. I got a 6 and a 4.
There you go.
Nice.
See.
Woo! I saw that first one go to a 6. I'm like, what's the other one? Because my paper was hiding it. I'm like, oh, it's a 4. So I tied the roll. So that's so I'm basically like trying to listen for machinery or any kind of thing like a hum of a motor type thing, or some kind of
just like something to give a clue as to what's going on.
Like a machinery hum, or maybe like a repetitive clang that happens every 15 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just something that seems to be maybe just working.
Yeah.
In here, as opposed to just being stagnant chunks of rock, metal, and death.
Yeah. Death metal.
Chunks of death.
That sounds like an amazing band, by the way.
It should be, yeah.
Yes, you actually do hear every so often you'll hear what sounds like a clank sound.
Right,
It
but it
sounds
seems
like
to have a repetitive.
yeah, it's like a repetitive
of some
sound
sort.
every so often.
All right. So I'm gonna tell the guy. I said something's definitely at work here. There's a pattern to that clang. If you listen, you can hear it. So I'll try to sort of like point it out to them. I'm like, look, it's like every 15, 20 seconds, like 20 seconds, clank, and I'll wait like 20 seconds, clank.
Yeah.
Could
is
I
it- Yeah, go
also
ahead.
make a wits check to see if I can, now hearing it, to see if I can discern what the noise, like what would be causing it?
Sure.
I was, and while you were doing that, I was actually gonna see if, since we know kind of like a direction of where it might be coming from, I was actually gonna sneak ahead to see if I could actually like scout it out and come back, see what's up with that noise too.
Okay. So you're kind of like sneaking, right? More or less, Zach.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be sneaking, so your check to like kind of run behind some of these pillars and to keep a low profile. We'll just make a quick check. Zach, I got a 6, a 5, and a 2, so that's a little higher.
What stat is this going off of?
That is going
Probably speed.
speed. Yeah.
Well,
That's one of your best
I
ones,
get to
isn't it?
roll 6 dice because I get a +1 on my sneak.
Woo.
So, Steve,
Nice.
you go ahead with your
Yeah, so
check.
I'm going to check my wits to see if I can determine what could be causing this. And fun enough is I'm going to roll my best stat, which is also wits. I have 4 dice on this.
Nice.
So there we go. 11, 16 on my wits check.
Woo.
So as you're kind of like listening, Steve, Zach, roll your check.
18.
18, awesome. Not bad. Again, as you're like listening in and like honing in on listening and really trying to hear what's going on, and Zach, as Clutch kind of takes off, getting behind some of these frozen in time like geysers of lead, using that to your advantage to hide. Locust, you realize that it's probably the sound of either a hydraulic press, but it sounds like it's kind of coming from underground.
Oh.
As Clutch is heading out into that direction, you hear a howl go up and a number of dogs arrive. And by a number, I have to tell you exactly, it's 2d4 dogs appear. Roll for surprise as they kind of just appear.
Am I rolling the surprise?
No,
or...
I roll for surprise.
Oh, come on.
And I have to tell you how many dogs. Oh, max dogs.
No.
8 dogs.
Oh, come on.
All right. Yeah, we might be done by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We might be done by 9:45.
All right. So, Steve, do you want to explain surprise? Do we have a exact? So we have 8 dogs.
Look up surprise. 'Cause
So we had salt, pepper, and paprika. So let's go with ketchup, mustard.
Why don't you just call them Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs? That's 8.
Yeah,
There you go.
So it's Snow White, Happy, Doc, Bashful, Grumpy, I don't know, Sneezy, Happy. I can't remember the rest.
Rusty. Come on.
What do you have so far?
Snow White, Happy, Doc, Bashful, Grumpy, Dopey,
Sleepy,
Sleepy,
Sneezy.
and Sneezy.
Leapy,
That's it, I think. Yeah.
and Sneezy.
Well, either way, that's who it's going to be.
6, 7. Yeah, we'll just keep 7 because I'm not going to do this again. So we got 7 dogs.
Here we go. If an ambush is a possibility, the group being ambushed rolls its best wits roll against the ambush's best speed roll. If the wits roll fails, the ambusher gets 2 extra speed dice.
There you go.
So you have to roll the speed of the dogs, and I guess our best wits is
Probably
Locust.
me.
Locust.
I'm surprised they were able to see me.
They did see you.
They just happen to have come into this area.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's like it's Final Fantasy rules. I see.
Yeah, so the idea of the ambush is only if an ambush is possible. It doesn't always happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, ready? So
All right.
I'm going to roll my 2d6. Oh, I rolled a 10 locust. What you got for me?
Oh, I rolled a lot. 5,
rolled a
10,
lot.
16.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
you guys defeat the ambush. At the last second, Locust, as you were focusing on that constant hammering sound, you quickly realized you heard kind of like the padding of the robotic feet of the dogs. And then this is the weird thing. You heard them, right? And then all of a sudden, actually, Clutch, as you were kind of hiding behind like one of those like pillars of frozen lead, one of the dogs kind of came out from it. Not like T-1000, like, melting, but it kind of like crawled up around it, like there was a space. So like maybe it came out from underneath you guys.
I was gonna say kind of like one of those mail delivery canister things.
Like that.
Yeah.
Right,
and then
You heard this shoof noise.
yeah,
There's a dog.
The canister opens and dogs pop out.
dog
canisters.
Canisters. It's gotta be
That's
New
another
Vega.
good name for a band.
All right, so I'm gonna roll my initiative. 4, 5, 6. So I rolled a 6 on my 7 on my initiative.
I'm gonna spend my 1 resolve dice on my speed because I'm as slow as fuck.
So normally you would probably roll for all your dogs. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say I'm going to roll 2 halves. So 1, 2, 3, 4 go on 7, and the last 2, 3 go on.
I like that.
Go on 4.
Whenever the DM goes, ugh, you know it's good for you.
Go on 4. All right. So Red Carson, what you got on your speed?
I got 2d6. I got a 5 and a 4. That is 9.
Okay. Clutch, what you got?
12, 17, 23.
Okay. Clutch goes. Locust, you
Clutch goes, then Clutch goes again, then Clutch goes again, and then everything
what
goes.
did you get, Locust?
6.
6.
With my 2 dice. I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Oh,
So either the resolve did absolutely nothing, gave me the 1, or it gave me everything, which gave me the 5.
You everything. It gave you.
Yeah, I got 2 6s, a 5, 4, and a 2.
I bet that's crazy. All right.
You almost
So
got
remember,
6.
So no, this actual one shot is set up for 5 players. So I'm gonna keep it set to the regular initiative as we know, so that like my players could kind of go before the monsters. Because if it goes player monsters, it's gonna be players, monsters, player, monsters, player, monster, and then it's gonna be over in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Clutch goes.
So the one that just like popped up right in front of me.
Yeah.
I think what I'm actually gonna do is with my hand cannon. I'm actually gonna just fucking blast at that one that's right in front of me. The
They came out
flash
blasted.
Just blast
anyway,
it.
I got my blasted.
Botch blaster.
So
blaster.
See, like this could have worked good on the fact that maybe I won't do this because this would have worked good if we could have gotten the surprise on them.
Well, you are going first.
You are going.
Yeah, but
So-
no. It's literally for setup
So-
to the
okay.
fight.
Alright.
Its thing is plus 1d surprise or reveal all incoming foes on hit. So
Okay.
it would have been we would have had to be the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
well, you
I'm
can still
just gonna-
shoot people with it.
Yeah.
Please shoot people.
Well, to not put so much light in the area, I think I'm just gonna hit the one that's closest with me with the regular blaster that I got. Hoping to get it. What I roll aim on this, I believe.
Yes.
What do
So shooting is aim.
Shooting is aim.
Yeah.
Melee is
Melee
power.
is power. Guts is like Constitution.
Mhm.
Speed is speed.
Gotcha.
Speed is speed. Yeah.
All right. Let's see how badly this goes. I think I have to hit a target or whatever, but I rolled a total of 6. I rolled a 5 and a 1.
So it's whatever their speed is. So one of the groups you can actually hit.
Yeah. You can hit the 4. So
Cool.
you hit
Kabam.
Sneezy.
80 yo sneezy.
Kabam. Well, I think I only knock its armor, and then I dash back to
There you go.
everyone else.
Now you don't have any skills, right? You don't or anything that would bounce off with that.
No, I
You have
am
a
a
gunslinger.
pilot.
You have-
I am a pilot and the tech repair guy.
Fair enough.
And my piloting skills are not useful because my mount got
Exploded.
stolen. Got ripped from my hands.
Now I would like to point out to everyone.
Maybe we can reprogram the last dog left to be your new mount.
I don't think that thing is big enough. I don't think that thing is big
We
enough.
can cobble together a bunch of dogs.
But I will
So instead of a
try-
jet bike, it's like a
Something like a-
four-legged motorcycle.
There you
I am
go.
gonna try something. No,
That'd
don't
be
worry.
awesome. You have a repair skill, do you not?
Oh
Make
yes,
that- make
I
that
have
shit happen.
plenty. I have plenty. Believe me, after this fight, I'm having dog armor.
Dog armor.
Nice.
Anyway, that's the end of my turn.
All right, so Sneezy took a shot to the Foch. Poor Sneezy. So all right, so Sneezy took a shot to the Foch, -1. Red Carson, what would you like to do?
All right. I guess what's my range? Am I within a ranged attack
Yes.
on any of them?
Yes.
Okay, that is 4 dice. Oh, 4, 4, 4, and 5. That is 17.
You can hit any group with that
All right.
number.
I'm going to hit Snow White.
Oh.
Why not?
All right. So you hit Snow White. So you hit 1. Can you do anything else?
Oh, sure. I have the, anytime I hit, I get the Gunslinger dice, which is 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And any 4s, 5s, and 6s hit.
There you
This
go.
is a combat game, just to give everyone a clear indication
Yeah.
of this. This is a lot about fighting and a little bit
Yeah.
about other stuff.
All right, I got 3 hits. I got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All
All
right.
right, so I will hit Snow White again.
So that takes out Snow White.
And I'm going to put 2 into Bashful.
Bashful. That takes out Bashful. Dope.
Okay, and then I'm going to move,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, to put like something between me and dogs.
Yeah, sure. One of those geysers, right? One of those, like,
Sure, not a flaming hot one.
not a flaming hot Cheeto. Got it.
And not a flaming hot Cheeto. That's my Halloween costume this year.
Oh, yeah? Flaming hot Cheeto?
I'm the
Nice.
bag of flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh. I was
There's
like,
gonna be
I
a
don't know.
singular Cheeto as you
Yeah,
walk into
my
this.
fiance, my fiance is going to be the flaming hot Cheeto.
Got it.
I'm the bag. It's
Oh, okay.
going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to
Fudge
say about
bastard.
that, but that's cool.
I will send you pictures. I'm so excited.
I would like to see pictures. I'm not like against it. I am not pro couple costumes though. I'm not pro couples doing a lot of things. So that's just me though.
I'm very aware of this. I love that stupid couple shit.
Yeah,
I think it's
you're
amazing.
about it. I am anti that. Okay. So my dogs go. So this is the cool factor on dogs, how they do. I roll a D8 for their tactical die, and then that tells me what they do.
Yeah, so actually, if you want to just quickly, I'm going to put this on the screen quickly if anyone wants to look at it. This is the entry of the dogs in the actual book. I'm going to make this a little bigger here. And you just see that the tactics roll, what he's talking about is, it depends on what they do. If you don't know what the group monster is going to do, you can just roll on that thing, and then it'll just tell you what kind of attacks it does, and it gets all the stats and everything like that. So
Yeah.
really interesting how they made. Now we've all played a lot of games. Monster entries tend to be really complicated. This is super easy.
Yeah, it's
Super-
very, very
super simple.
straightforward.
Yeah.
It pretty much just, what do I want them to do? Roll.
Roll
and they will
dice.
do that.
Yeah. I like it because as a GM, sometimes you're moving a lot of parts, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, geez, Louise, like I don't got time for all this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I got 9 things on the battlefield with 3 attacks each, or they could do 2 attacks and something else, or this one could do something special on its attacks, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
it's a lot of mechanics. This is like, all right, it bites you, it tramples you, it jumps on you, or whatever they decide to do.
Yeah. All right. So dog group 7. I'm just gonna roll one tactical roll for all of them.
Sure.
I rolled a 7, so they're going to regroup. That will not work. So I'm just going to
if it's not something that's feasible, just roll it.
Yeah.
I missed my entire dice tray. Brought to you by Die Hard Dice.
Oh, that means it's a 0. You missed the tray, it's a 0.
Tail Lash. Melee all, attack all foes. So the 2 groups of 7, so Happy and Dopey are going to move into melee with Locust and Red Carson.
Remember, I did move. I wasn't in the spot I was. But I mean, they could still... That's the great thing about movement in this game as well. It's like there's really no set amount of movement that you get.
Well, you move range. You basically move your range.
Yeah,
so you
went melee, ranged, or out of range.
Yeah, so you shot and you moved out of range.
Yeah, I mean, unless like your GM says it's a mile away, then obviously you have to sort of have some sort of measure. But in combat,
actually, it's going to move into range because Red Carson did move out of range, so it's going to move into range. And that's going to be its one movement, but it's not in melee. So the other hound Happy will move into melee with Locust, and then it's going to roll to hit. So it
needs 6.
So it rolls 2d6, and so that's it. Like all of its attacks are just 2d6. I don't need to know a battle axe is a d12, and this it's very simple. I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6? That'll hit.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Yeah, that's literally what I rolled for my speed.
Yeah,
it meets it beats in this, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So I tail lash melee or attack foes. So it hits you and it deals 1 armor point.
All right. I'll say my boots take a point of damage because it's nipping at my heels.
Yeah. And now Locust goes. Vengeance is yours.
Vengeance. So as I see that they really have to, I see that they really have to get through me to get to Red Carson.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something which I can do. It's the spellcasting system they have in here because I can use rune magic. I'm going to use one of my spell stones, which is quicksand.
Oh.
And I'm going to use it at the range that I'm in. So anything that has to cross through my zone past me has to make a power roll or they get stuck in the quicksand.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. So most gear in this game, including spellstones, have 3 uses. But in this case, I have a special skill. One of my special skills called the Dark Arts. And if I happen to roll and have 3 dice to it, and if I happen to roll a 6, I don't use one of my uses of this skill. And I did roll a 6.
No.
So I get to knock a use out of that skill, so I get to possibly level it up later. And then I'm gonna stay here to keep these guys in range.
Keep them like dealing with
keep
that
them
shit.
at bay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Clutch, you're dealing with Sneezy is going to move into attack range on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to make a D8 roll. See what it does. All right. It rolled a 8, which is Howl. 2d4 dogs arrive in 1 round.
Come on.
Nice.
Come on.
What do you want me to do about this?
That's what they did.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
You don't have to worry because unlike
They're
the
not gonna be
first
able-
one, I rolled the lowest possible number. So 2 more dogs will come in 1 round. And the other 2 are going to move into range, but they were outside, so they had to move 1. And then they're going to push themselves and move 2. So now they are in melee, but that's all their turn. So, Clutch, it's your go. What would you like to do? So now you got 3 dogs literally ran up on you. And one just started howling in your face.
Yeah, I realize that. If I don't move, am I able to shoot twice or no?
No, an action is just either you shoot and you get a free. The only thing you do is if you don't do anything on your turn, you can move twice.
Yeah.
I see.
But can you push a weapon?
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, if I use my whole turn to push a shot, would that be?
You would need to spend your whole turn. You can still move.
Yeah, you can still move even if you do.
Yeah, you can push gear. That just causes damage to the gear, potentially destroying it.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to.
Did you look at what you could do with pushing a weapon?
Yes, I just had a quick go at it. So, I think I'm going to push for 2 hits. I think. Inflict 2 hits with 1 attack, overcome cover, distance, limitations, or hit up to 4 foes a single attack. So I'm actually going to do hit up to 4 foes. So I'm going to just kind of quick jump to the side, lining them up, and just fire straight at them.
Okay.
Hopefully this will hit. Just to try and weaken or break their armor. No, this isn't going to hit. I only rolled a 4.
That will hit. All 3 of them because their speed was a 4.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you got the slow ones by you. Good for you.
I got the slow ones on me? All right. So then, it says up to 4, so I'm gonna hit those 3, and it's only gonna take them down. Gonna break their armor. Essentially, I don't know if they've been hit before.
Sneezy was, and Sneezy will die.
Cool.
He has sneezed his last sneeze.
Achoo.
Not like this, Sneezy.
And then I will, so I would say my movement was actually to dart into position and then to fire. So that's going to be my turn.
All right. Yeah. Nice. So Sneezy, as you fire into position, Sneezy was the one howling, and you kind of line up your shot and you just explode. The first shot kind of goes right into Sneezy's voice box and explodes, silencing the howl. But sadly, you definitely know that there are more dogs coming.
Yeah, that's fine.
You could feel it.
Yeah, you got to figure every time a howl happens, there's more dogs.
Something sad happens.
That is
fair. Red Carson, what would you like to do?
All right. So who is left by Locus?
There is Happy and Dopey. Dopey, remember, moved close enough to you. And Happy is next to Locus.
All right. I'm going to plug... who did you say? Dopey and Happy?
Dopey and Happy.
All right. I'm going to shoot Dopey. 4, 5, 5, 6.
Yes, that will hit.
That might be a critical hit. Because
if you're 12 over.
12 over. They have a 7, right? I rolled a 20.
That will be
not 20 with 4 dice.
Not 20.
All right, so on a critical hit, this is going to be fun.
So this game, the way critical hits work is obviously roll 3 6s. That's one way. That's kind of like a mega crit. The other thing is if you roll 12 over on your whatever roll it is. And a whole bunch of things happen on a critical hit.
Yeah.
So, first things first, if you're attacking, destroy 1 piece of armor completely. So even if armor takes 3 hits, you just destroy that thing completely. You also get to take another turn immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mark 1 bubble on you, so you get another blood rune mark.
Oh, nice.
And if you're using a skill, you get 2 successes.
Oh, I will be using a skill shortly.
I feel like Jeff is going to be the only one who's
Jeff's getting a full level.
He's gonna level up this little one shot.
Why we don't let Jeff play new games?
The effect of my own regions, it's maximum narrative effect. So if I'm shooting Dopey, he basically gets his armor's toast. And he's also hit, correct? So he's pretty much down.
Yeah, Dopey is dead.
Yeah, no
All right.
matter what, it's going to take 2 hits because unfortunately they had
Yeah.
flimsy armor.
Now I'm going to, since I hit, I'm going to use my gunslinger dice. I get 5 dice. Wow, only 3 hits out of the 5.
You're good at 3 extra hits.
That's on average.
three
That's actually
extra
slightly above average.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally got 4, 4, 4, 2, and 1.
Yeah, but he's not gotten. He's only gotten 3
Yeah.
with his extra hit, so it's
so-
actually pretty great.
That's 2 hits on Happy.
All right, that'll take Happy out.
I was gonna say you could take out the 2 dogs right in front of me, 1 shot each, and still have a shot left over.
Well, I'm closer to where he is. That's
Yeah.
All right, I think that's basically all I get, right?
You get another turn.
And you get another
get-
turn.
You get another full turn.
Oh, okay.
You get all of the stuff.
Yes.
You literally again decimated the combat.
So now I'm attacking against what? A 4? I might get
Yeah,
another
a
crit.
4s.
A mediocre dice. 5, 5, 5, and 2 is 17. So that's another critical.
Jesus Christ.
So you might as well just.
Take them off the board.
Take them off. Take them off. We got to deal with 2 dogs when they come
I
in.
believe Jeff actually just leveled in this combat.
Right? And just for the goof, let me just roll to see if I succeed on my gunslinger. Yep, I get 1 more hit out of the 5 dice. I actually rolled poorly, but 1 more hit. So I'm up to 4 on my skill, and I have 3 blood rune bubbles.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that's
I did
also-
not expect to get this far in this game, so I did not look at any of the blood runes.
That's fine.
Okay, so just do me a
blood-
favor.
Go to
Roll,
page 56.
Jared, just roll a d12.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. I'll just.
I
roll
have a d12
D12.
available, but if you want to roll it.
I have
I'll
one here
roll-
as well. I have one out.
Roll a d12, Jeff.
I have
Yeah,
one of
do it.
every
Roll
all the other
D12.
dice out. I got a 2.
All right.
2.
So you get protection. Add 1 extra hit to all your armor uses. It is. It looks like a Y symbol.
All right,
It's,
so I'll
it's
just
like
do
a
Y.
Y with like it looks like a.
Does it have a name?
almost a- yeah. Algiz.
Algiz. Or
Algiz
protection.
or
The protection room.
All right, so
Yeah.
I basically any armor piece I have has an extra hit to it.
Correct.
No, to all your armor. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I have 3
Yeah,
pieces
every
of
armor you wear, you have an extra hit of use.
Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is all about gunning for crits.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
I'm just lucky they can't hit me because I'm too quick.
Yeah. So the 2
I don't need
dogs
armor.
would. So here's the thing, right? The 2 dogs are coming. Locust. So your turn would happen now,
Okay.
right? And then the 2 dogs would enter the combat.
All right. Remember, they have to enter that quicksand. So they got to see if they want to enter my area. They have to roll their power or their 2
Plus, I
dice.
still have a move. Can I use a move to try to hide behind something?
Yeah.
That's fair. I still have a move.
All right. So let's say Wendy's and Burger King come in.
There you go.
And let me roll my 2d6. I rolled a 10.
Damn,
So,
they're faster.
These
That's
are a little. They
stronger.
came in hard. They heard their boy
Rottweilers.
howling.
Right?
Rottweilers.
Do we have to
Rottweiler.
roll again for?
No.
no,
These
no,
are
we
gonna
stay
come in.
station. Oh yeah, we stay
Yeah,
at whatever we rolled.
yeah. So
All right, so
clutch. So now Locust, they kind of come in. How do they move through your field?
All I'm saying is if they walk past it, that like there's a whole area of quicksand because of my rune
so,
magic.
So what do they have to do? How do they
So they
get
have to
through?
roll a power check to see if they get through.
So 2d6.
So see the thing is they don't give a difficulty number. I guess unless the difficulty number will be my.
It was your number. You.
Is there
Yeah.
anything on the spell that?
No, it
says-
just says they have to roll power to succeed through it. Which obviously they would roll the whatever.
Oh, it's against your speed.
Oh, it's oh yeah. So then it's 6.
It's 6. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 4.
So they're stuck in the quicksand.
They're stuck in the quicksand. God damn it. Yeah,
yeah.
I rolled a 2 and a 2, which is a 4. I wasted my. Yeah, okay. So I understand. So getting to play this actually, out there, you guys are listening and getting to us watch us kind of go through this. It's kind of fun. So understanding it now a little bit better, that's super easy because 2d6, they had a pretty good chance of passing, but also a good chance of losing at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's nice that like that kind of worked itself out. Oh, there we go. I rolled a 3 and a 1, so I wouldn't pass. Here, one more roll. Let me see what happens. 6 and a 4. There we go. But yeah, so we're kind of doing this as we go. The target number is always your speed, as I'm understanding it. That's kind of what it looks like at this point.
I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll
just keep
go with that because my speed is completely bonk. But
yeah,
unless it's against my power.
What's your power?
My power is 2 dice.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So I mean, it could be
I would determine your difficulty by rolling my power.
Maybe.
So I don't know. We'll do that next time.
Yeah, we'll do that next time. If anyone happens to know if the creator is online and wants to hit them up and ask them for us, we would love that. Thank you very much. Be like, yo, we're doing the game and we're a little confused right now. We have a few questions.
Yeah, so they sink in the quicksand, so they can't really move.
All right, so there's a lot of yelping and barking coming from these dogs.
Nice.
So that will end their initiative. So it goes to Clutch now.
Well, Clutch realizes that danger is pretty much past because of Red. So Clutch is actually gonna, because I can do this once per encounter, I am going to kind of loot the area and find gear. So I am going to roll my 4 dice, and hopefully I get some 6s.
No.
That's what I need. And I get nothing. So, cool.
What do you mean you get nothing?
You're rolling 6s.
I have every 6 is a gear, is item.
So yeah, again, when you're making that check, you can choose armor or gear, and then you can specifically look for that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, wait, what do you mean you get nothing? I thought you rolled nothing.
No, yeah. So I essentially rolled nothing. I rolled a 1, 3, and 2 4s. So it's not 6.
So he's looking around and finds nothing.
You find nothing, sir. Nothing.
I mean, it makes sense because technically, I mean, we're fighting robotic dogs. Like, of course, I'm not going to find anything. But I figured, hey, whatever.
I said, good day, sir.
Anyway, that's the end of my turn.
You win nothing.
Actually, I think in my movement, I will just kind of just like shoop around or like just kind of slink around the sand pit. Just be like, I'm good with this.
This is my life now.
I don't need this.
My dogs actually would technically go.
Nice.
So dogs, right? So both of them go. Roll that D8. Where are you? D8. There you go. Stop hiding.
Retreat.
Retreat.
They don't have retreat.
No, they don't.
No, they do not.
They rolled bite. So they're going to try and break Locust's spell to move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I rolled a 7, a 6 and a 1.
Nice. You break free.
So
and try to hit my speed of 6.
Yeah. So one of them moves into combat, into melee with Locust, and the other one is going to move into melee with Clutch. Because them the breaks. So Clutch has a 23, by the way.
Yeah, it just don't bother.
I have to roll almost 2 6s.
You have to roll 2 6s.
I did not.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3 and a 4, so I do not hit Clutch. But I could definitely bite Locust. Let me see what happens. I definitely can bite Locust on a good day with a 6. And I rolled a 5 and a 1 again. So I do bite Locust.
My boots are almost broken.
I broke some of your armors.
No, I didn't realize that. Oh no.
But it's RC Cola. I mean, Red Carson, you go.
All right. I'm going to shoot the one that bit Locust.
No.
Game.
Say goodbye to your dogs.
Yeah, bye dogs. 10. 10 is your number.
A 6, a 6, a 1, and a 2. So
that'll do it.
That is enough. And since I hit with
with all the damage.
I use my gunslinger.
Damn, son.
And I get a 6, a 4, a 4, a 4, and a 3. So
4 hits?
4 extra hits.
Just like everything is dead?
Yeah, everything's dead.
Yeah. I use 2 hits on each one of them, and assuming they have the same crappy armor, they're toast.
They have 10s.
Fucking Jeff, and you, I
No,
think
but their
level-
armor hits. If their armor is just for one hit.
It's just ones. So they have one and then one extra.
Yeah,
you flatten them.
Yeah, no more Burger King, no more Wendy's.
No,
bro. I think you also
no more
level up.
howls.
I think you can now also level up your
gunslinger
skill. Your gunslinger skill. Pick a new skill.
Either that, or you can increase the dice.
Or I can make it 6 dice for the gunslinger.
I would make it 6 die.
Yeah.
6 dice.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about picking new skills. We don't do new skills here.
Yeah, I don't have nothing
We take
new.
the same old busted skills.
Yeah.
Right. If we were campaigning, that may be a different story, but we're just.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to Locust and kind of like rifling through some like maybe just like taking the blowtorch to the lead or maybe to some of the dogs to try to get the metal out of them. I'm gonna try to repair Locust's armor.
Oh. Yeah.
So, that gives me 5 dice, and I think on a 4, 5, and 6, I can repair 1 use of it.
So this is the really cool thing about this game. I don't have to make any like number checks because
for skills, correct.
The skills are all pre-assigned, so they're like,
all defined perfectly well. You know how they work.
Yeah, there's no confusion about it. There's no like, the magic, but magic's always confusing. So I don't take any.
It can be a little bit, sure.
Yeah.
All right. While he's making repairs, I'm going to use my.
You're all good.
I'm going to use my wits to sort of be perceptive.
Cool. So make your wits check.
A 5 and a 3. That's an 8.
3d6. And as Jeff makes his wits check, as Red Carson makes his wits check, Red Carson notices a number of tracks leading down deeper, following into the wreckage, and then he finds kind of like it looks like a geyser hole, but it has been like dug out, and it goes deeper down into darkness, and you could definitely now hear that repeating thumping sound. So how'd everyone like that? That was episode 1 of Viking Death Squad. A lot of crazy stuff going on. We were learning about magic, how that works out. Jeff's character, Red Carson, unloading just constantly with their gun, just bah, 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 taking out all my dogs, man. None of my dogs were making it. And then we had Zach's character, the man who apparently had all the speed, and I could never hit their character. That was one hell of an episode. I had fun GMing it. So stay tuned for episode 2 coming out next week. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see if the players figure out what that thumping sound is in those geysers, in that dark tunnel down deep below, in the next episode of Viking Death Squad. So we are Nothing Ventured, Nothing Gained, rolling dice, giving advice with a little bit of that New York spice.